Mm, you have something special. You have greatness in you. I I want to share some thoughts with you. I want you to like this page and share it. I want you to like it and share it. Have you ever done something that you knew it was a waste of time? You just do it and was like you were under a hypnotic spell and you just couldn't pull yourself away. Okay. I want to ask you a question. What you looking at? I remember years ago, the millennials won't know about this. There's a group called the Dramatics, and the Dramatics had a song called "What You See Is What You Get." And Flip Wilson, millennials don't know anything about Flip Wilson, and he was a very funny comedian, and he talked about killer. And I've been looking at the various platforms, and I'm embarrassed to say I found myself hours later looking at stuff that's just low consciousness, saying, whoa, ignorant, vulgar, filthy. Just you would ask yourself, who would do this? And after hours went by, I looked up and like I was doing it for like 2 or 3 hours. I teach people don't look at negative things. This goes beyond negative. This goes beyond darkness. I mean to tell you, I've seen some stuff, and I want to share with you. I Something happened for me. Now, would you like this page and share it? Because I'm going to just share something with you that I heard a voice. You know how these ministers talk about they heard a voice? I heard a voice. And the voice asked me, hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You got a voice. You got time. You got energy. You got a story. You have knowledge. You have skills. At least they're putting in effort and energy and time to spread their ignorance, their darkness, to corrupt the minds of people and our children and our children's children. They're actively engaged in doing what they do. Now, what you gonna do? Go to sleep after complaining about what you saw? I spared you to be here at this time. I preserved you. You've been looking at fourth stage cancer for 29 years. You're still here. There are people gone. You think I preserve your life just to look at these corrupt, demonic, ignorant images of darkness? People who don't know that somebody paid a price for us to be here. Malcolm took some bullets for us to be here. Martin and many other people. There are people who went to jail, people who suffered. Stony the road we trod, bitter the chastening rod, felt in the days when hope unborn had died. What are you going to do about the darkness? Are you just going to be a witness and just say, oh, ain't it awful? And call people and get them to look at it and say, can you believe this? You think I preserved you to be a witness? You're going to build their audience? You're going to talk about them? You? Les Brown, the motivator? You? Who said there's never been a statue erected to a critic? You? Oh, now you're going to go upstairs and put your head on a pillow and not bring the light, not bring some words of love and harmony and inspiration at a time that using the N word and the F word and all kind of profanity has become the new norm? You're going to lay down and not give our children a choice to look at something else? I dare you. I dare you. You have no right to criticize them. You should be so busy doing my work. You have no right. You should not know what they're doing because you are busy being about the Father's business. I strongly believe those of you that are listening to me now, I believe we're branches of the same tree. You that are listening to me now, is you hear me differently than the majority of people. Words create cultures. We're living in a time where vulgarity, profanity, filth, lies, craziness has become the new normal. I've even seen mothers, grandmothers, people old as me, 77, just saying anything and think it's funny. The people at the bottom who have no sense of consciousness, who don't realize that somebody died, somebody paid a price so that we could be here, to make the world a better place for our children and for our children's children. There are people who now have no qualms about what our image is, no sense of decency. I remember as a kid, we knew that the difference between an adult and children, it was the information that they were exposed to. The computer has changed that. Changed it. So I want to make this clear. My message is not for everybody. I'm speaking to those who can hear me. I'm not even criticizing those who are doing what they do. They're doing what they do. And with the time that I have left, that God has empowered me to kick fourth stage cancer behind so that I can use my voice, my story, and the people that I impact, the people that I train to overwhelm this darkness that's here. To me, it doesn't make sense for me to say, great is he that's in you than he that's in the world, and just be a witness to all this darkness. We're more than conquerors. Is that right? That's just lip service? Where's the evidence? What are you doing so that we can see the evidence of those words, or just lip service? Where is the life investment, the time, the energy? Oh, I can come up with all kinds of excuses. Well, I don't have anybody that that have the technological skills. I don't have a team to help me do that. I don't have people with me that have the knowledge to upload and permeate and saturate the internet like them. What do you teach people, Mr. Brown? Find them. How did you get here, Les? When there was no one on stage that looked like you, when you were told no again and again and again, when doors were closed in your face again and again and again, when your family members and friends said you're a fool, you think that somebody's going to hire you to speak for AT&T, Procter & Gamble, McDonald's Corporation, General Electric, IBM, Xerox, hire you? You have no corporate experience? You were born in an abandoned building on a floor in Liberty City? You're a foster kid? You were labeled educable, mentally retarded? Failed in the 8th grade? No college training? You're a fool if you think that you're going to be on this stage with a complexion of rejection. You think they're going to hire you? You think the reason that most people who want to make a difference decide they want to become ministers because they couldn't see themselves on a stage, but because of your hunger, you found a way to get there. You didn't just stand back and just be a witness. Oh, no, no, no. There's some people that believed in you when you didn't believe in yourself. There was something in your heart that said, keep going. Keep on doing it. Something's going to break. Something's going to turn out. What happened to him? What happened to that guy? Have you lost it at 77? Are you buying into that? What happened to the guy that knows that age ain't nothing but a number? What happened to that guy? You got children. You got 15 grandchildren, 4 great-grandsons. So you're going to pull back and coast to the end? You think I preserved you for this? To be a spectator? To be a witness? What happened to that guy? That guy. That when King Twitty pulled a gun on you in Columbus, Ohio, and he pulled the trigger and the gun did not go off, and you got to him quick enough to grab his afro and slam his head up against the wall. I saved you that day. When you were at a red light and the light changed, and I said, don't go, and you were obedient, and a car came speeding through and had you mashed on the accelerator, you wouldn't be here now. Have you forgotten? What happened to that guy? When Get Motivated, they had so many requests for you to be on the platform. You showed up, and they gave all the other speakers 90 minutes, and they gave you 15 minutes. You had 5 minutes to introduce yourself, 5 minutes to give your speech, and 5 minutes to close it out. And then they cut you and said, well, you were not as productive and as impactful as the other speakers. And you said, well, you only gave me 15 minutes. Yeah, but that was a good position for you. But they had 90 minutes. Give me 90 minutes. Let me show you what I can do. And they said, no. We're cutting you from the lineup. And you walked out of that room and you said, one day, I'm going to be so good, you won't be able to eliminate me from your tour. One day, I'm going to be so good, I will have my own tour. One day, you're going to call me back, and you're going to take me around the world and pay for me first class and 5-star hotels. One day, You're going to hear my name again. This is not the end of this story. And they laughed as you walked out of the room because they knew that you didn't have the millions of dollars invested in you like Tony Robbins. Nobody was going to invest in you. They knew that you were the only raisin in a glass of buttermilk and you didn't have a chance. What happened to this guy that I told him, I got your back? I'll never leave you nor forsake you. And the fact that you're still here is the evidence. You have given you a voice and a story and the evidence of people saying, I was in a rough place and I heard your voice and you brought me out. You, God called you and said, I had a gun to my head and heard your voice. And I decided not to spit in the face of God. You! And I've empowered you with your story. And with my grace, you've been able to touch millions of people's lives around the world from all walks of life. Have you forgotten what happened to that guy who say you got to be hungry? That people who are hungry are relentless. People that are hungry are unstoppable. People that are hungry will find a way to win. What happened to that guy? And now he has time at 77 to watch and be a witness to darkness, as opposed to using every second he has left to bring the light. What happened to that guy who knows that he has more yesterdays than tomorrows and that he needs to maximize the time that he has to train others, because there's no success without successors? What happened to that guy? Oh, you're going to use your energy and your time to be angry and to be critical and talk about how stupid and ignorant they are? You want to know what's ignorant and stupid? Look in the mirror. Takes one to know one, because whatever you're pointing at, you got three fingers pointing at you. It's ignorant and stupid not to use what I put in you. That's what ignorant and stupid is. Made in my likeness and image, given authority and dominion over everything on the face of the earth, and you put yourself on the sideline and have the unmitigated gall saying, look at them. And I ask you, what are you doing here? They should be looking at you. You ever have a conversation with yourself? You're eavesdropping on a conversation I've been having with myself. I'm glad. You know, there's a song by Donald Lawrence, DeAndrea, Lord, rescue me from myself. I know why that song resonates with me, because I had to rescue myself from the thoughts that it's too overwhelming. There's nothing I can do. Well, what happened to the guy that spoke the words and know the words? I'll never leave you nor forsake you. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. That guy has convenient amnesia. No, no. I had to be rescued from the thought that it's too overwhelming. I had to be rescued and directed to what you focus on, what you tune into, you turn into. I had to be rescued from looking back and not being paralyzed and possibility blindness and hopelessness and fear. I had to be rescued to be who God has chosen me to be. I have a voice. Can't reach everybody, but I can reach somebody. Some of you can hear my voice. Some of you are laughing. Some of you have already gone. Oh, you're coming back home now. Yes, Lord. Yeah. Sometimes we have to be reminded. Faith comes by hearing and hearing and hearing. Sometimes we have to talk to ourselves. I had to talk myself out of going upstairs and not saying anything and wait till tomorrow, as if I had some guarantee that I'll have breath tomorrow morning. I want to say to you, I want to share with you, seize the moment. Do what you can. And my message to you, do what you can with what you have, where you are, and never be satisfied. Yes, I'm going to do my part. I'm encouraging you. Do your part. Somebody went to jail for us. Somebody took a bullet for us. A lot of folks. Somebody sacrificed for us. And we owe it to them. We owe it to them. Bless our feet, my God, our God, where we met thee. Lest our hearts drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee. Yeah. Yeah. You have something special. Greater is he that's in you than he that's in the world. I'm not wearing any crown. As much as I'm speaking to you, I'm reminding myself of who I am. These are my children behind me. For those of you that can hear my voice, I want to thank you for your support all these years. Boy, I've been in a lot of places. I've been Columbus, Ohio, Miami, Liberty City, Chicago, New York, LA. I've been a lot of places. And I've even been blessed at 77 to see a picture of my birth mother and father and hear stories and connect with a family that I did not know. I always wondered, why do I do what I do? Only to find out that my birth mother Dorothy Bell. I was always known for closing out my speech, even when I had a talk show. This has been Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. Mamie Brown's baby boy. Oh, Dorothy Bell gave me life, but Mamie Brown taught me how to live life. Dorothy Bell from Gainesville, Georgia. Who'd have thought? My birth mother came to hear me speak at Barbara King's church in Atlanta. She knew me, but I didn't know her. Who'd have thought? And my grandmother, Beulah Rucker, the Beulah Museum in Gainesville, Georgia. She was a motivational speaker and friends with Mary McLeod Bethune and Eleanor Roosevelt. Who'd have thought that one of her grandsons, when her daughter would leave Gainesville to go down and take that secret down to Liberty City and give birth to those twins, that one of them gonna be just like she had put her special stamp on him, even though he never saw. Who would have thunk? Who would have thought? Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Sometimes it's good to talk to yourself. At the time that I have left, I promise you, I will serve you. You didn't make a mistake. I know I've disappointed you a lot. That guy's gone. He's dead. Thank you, Lord, for having me and preserving me for such a time as this. And for those who hear my voice and believe as I do, that we can make a mark. We can make a difference. It doesn't matter about the darkness that we see. What matters is you. Keep thine eyes single on you. Thank you, Lord. Discipline our minds, our thoughts, and our focus to manifest you. This has been Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy and Dorothy Bell Rucker's pride and joy. I got two mothers and I'm not ashamed. I've got two mothers and I love them just the same. Bye for now. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Let me figure this out now. Yeah. How do I end this over here? I just push this up here to end it. Just end it there. Okay. Thank you.